Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be working on the bumper on the 300. So in the last couple of videos, y'all seen we got the car painted. It's been a few days for me. We've been putting the car outside, kind of letting it bake in the sun. So the bumper should be nice and cured and everything for what paint is left on it. So what we're going to do today is I need to get this front bumper off, put it on our stand here, and go ahead and get to sanding it. So probably what we're going to do is we're going to pop the grill out, we're going to pop the chrome trim out, we're going to pop the markers out, and that way we don't have to worry about damaging any of that stuff. It sucks to have to take it out again, but it would suck even worse to have to buy a new grill or trim or whatever and wait for it to get here and all that other stuff. So I guess that's the first thing I'm going to start with. I'm going to get our little stand down, get it set up, probably move the car back some, and we'll go ahead and get this front bumper off, start tearing it apart. I would take the car outside, but my grandpa's mowing and I don't want to have to worry about any rock chips or anything like that in our fresh new paint. So I did mention we're going to be wet sanding and buffing this car or polishing it. So we need to do that at some point because it looks good, it really does. But the hood, I think, got the worst of it. It's very hazy. You can see that. It looked great. I think what happened was all the overspray in here had settled onto the flat portions of the car. The hood got it pretty bad, but the sides of the car look really, really good. So I think our little exhaust fan set up there didn't fare too well. So again, we're gonna be wet sanding and buffing this thing. But anyway, I'm gonna get started here. Move this thing back some, and we'll go ahead and get our front bumper off and start tearing it apart. Alright, so once again, front bumper is off. Now, this bumper and the grill and everything, y'all seen we had some chemical issues. So we're thinking, and you can see where we've sanded, but they're still there. So all in here. So that's what we got to sand out. Now, a friend of ours was over here helping the other day, and he kind of nicked the grill with sandpaper in a few spots, kind of sanded through the paper. Y'all can see that. So I'm gonna see if I can polish that. If not, I'll probably just have to get a new grill. But anyway, kind of is what it is. But anyway, I got all the screws out of the grill. I just need to get these popped through. And after we sand this, before we paint, all this stuff might go back in. I'm going to have to see. Because I know, like this grill, for instance, gets very, very, very close to the bumper installing it. And I'll have to check. But I almost think it hits it when you go in with it. And the same thing with the chrome trims. So those might have to get reinstalled, but I'm gonna go ahead, get this grill out, and then we'll move on to these. These are relatively easy. Pop out these metal clips. Let's see, I might can get it out. No, I can't get it by hand, but pop these little metal clips out, and then these slide right out. And then the lights, I'll show you this one a little easier, but the lights have those little speed nuts on them, and they should come right out. Have to unplug them, which is not fun, but anyway, like I said, I'm gonna get this thing tore apart, and we'll go ahead and get to sanding. Alright, so we got the front bumper completely stripped. Now you can kind of see a little better at what it is that we need to sand out. We had a ton of these up around the top, and they're pretty rough. But I mean they're all over. And my guess is it's that adhesion promoter that we put on here, because that's the only thing that's ever touched the bumper. Because again, this was a brand new bumper. But as you can see, it did have a heck of a chemical reaction. We've got most of this sanded over here with 120 is what we had used, or he had used, to take it down with. So we're going to have to refine this a good bit to get it paintable. So it needs to be no worse than a 400 grit scratch for our sealer over there. So I guess I'm gonna get sanding here. Probably gonna be here a while, but we'll get this thing sanded out. I'll probably run over these flat areas with the DA just to kind of speed things up a little bit, and the DA doesn't clog near as bad as regular sandpaper, like hand sanding. So I'm gonna get started here, and we're gonna see if we can get this bumper stripped and possibly even ready to repaint today. Alright, so we got a little bit sanded, and the DA exploded. So yeah, you can see there, broke. Piece of it hit me in the face. So I guess we get to go to Conway and pick up another one, or try to find a palm sander. I kind of want a palm sander because that one is a little interesting. Palm sander's a lot nicer to deal with, but like I said, we did get, well, this from, you know, here, there to there, and that's it. So we have this sander here. If nothing else, we'll pick up paper for this one. We'll use this one. A little slower, but it'll work. So anyway, I guess we're gonna run to Conway and see if we can get either some paper or a sander. I'm just gonna leave the car outside. It should be fine, but we're gonna run and do that real quick, and come back and see if we can get this bumper sanded. Alright guys, so we got back. Couldn't find a replacement disc for that DA, but we did get some sanding discs for the little electric sander, and it's doing it. It's just taking forever, but I think I got most of everywhere done. I still need to get like in here in the fog light holes. See that down in there. Probably not going to mess with that down there because that's the mounting surface, but I'll probably hit it with a little bit of hand sanding. But if it doesn't get perfectly smooth, it's not a big deal. Same thing in here. Need to get in here, get in there. But all in all, we're looking pretty good. So places like down here where it's nice and smooth, we're just going to scuff that with some 400 and call it good there. But I think, like I said, I think for the most part, I have most of everything sanded out. So I think we're almost there. I need to get that some more, but we're getting there. So I'm gonna keep at it. Or I'm gonna try to get this paint going today if we can. But I guess with that being said, I'm gonna get back at it and see if we can get this thing done. Alright, so we got the bumper sanded for the most part. We think we're good, but my grandpa's taking it up to the house right now, gonna wash it and whatnot. So what we did is we took the this is 220 on this thing to knock everything down and get the texture out of it, and then we went back over it with 320 and then 400. So we're gonna reseal it. I'm almost kind of in the mind to go ahead and spray 2 coats of sealer on it, just to be safe. So, and we can also make sure that we don't have any texture left. But anyway, I'm gonna run up here and help him, probably wash my hands, and hopefully that bumper will dry pretty quickly, because it's rather hot today. With the air conditioner going, you can see the temp a little over 90 in here, or up there anyway. So hopefully it'll dry rather quickly, then we'll get it in here, figure out how we're gonna hang it, and go ahead and start painting. Alright, so we got the bumper hung from the railing for the door, so it's hung. We need to tack cloth it, but I'm gonna go ahead and start mixing up our sealer. We're gonna do 1, maybe 2 coats of sealer. We got plenty, and then I got a whole nother quart there, so I got way too much sealer for this, but at least we got plenty. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix up our sealer. We'll get 1, maybe 2 coats on the bumper. We'll see how it looks after 1, and if nothing else, we'll throw another one, and then we can go ahead with our base and clear. Alright, so we just got our first coat of sealer on it, and we're most definitely gonna have to do another one. Now I did mess up, and I put a run in it, right there. Actually stepped on the air hose, and it spit, and when it spit, well, that's what we got, and that right there. But other than that, you would think, it doesn't look too terrible. You can see where we sanded through to the plastic. Not too big a deal. It's a little rough. Well, then we get over here, and wouldn't you know, it wrinkled again. So I guess what we're gonna have to do is let it dry, sand it again, and probably again and again and again, and take something and try to knock these wrinkles back out again, and then come back over it with another light coat of sealer and try to cover this. So like I said, there's some rough spots in it, here and there. So I guess it reacted again, and we're gonna have to sand it again. So anyway, I guess I'm gonna let it sit for a bit. We'll take some 600 and try to smooth down the rough spots. Some places are super smooth, some places are super rough. So I don't know anymore. At this point, I don't know. But I guess that's the plan. Like I said, try to take some 600, sand it when it dries out a little more, and then we'll try to throw another coat on it. Alright guys, so we had a little bit of an issue, but it is what it is. So in between, I looked at the tech sheet for this sealer, and you're supposed to have 40 minutes to an hour before it starts to set. So I didn't think we took that long, but either way, it's set up in the paint gun. That is not good. If you know, you know. So we commenced trying to clean it and everything. I sprayed a light tack coat on the bumper, and it clogged up. So I brought out the DeVelvis that we actually painted the Hyundai with, and we painted the red Jeep. If y'all remember the red Jeep, this is what we painted with it. And we had some issues on the red Jeep. That's why I was kind of, well, as you can see, it's still got red paint all over it. But that's why I was kind of hesitant of using this thing, because it was spitting. And it wasn't liquid, it was spitting air. So it would cause drips and all kinds of stuff, all kinds of issues. We had tons of issues on the red Jeep, and it's a wonder that thing looked as good as it did. But either way, I cleaned it and then I put it back in its case, and it's been sitting over there since the red Jeep. But turns out I fixed it because we used it to spray sealer. I got a 1.3 tip in here. This one has a 1.4 in it. Same regulators, same air pressure. Actually, a little bit lower air pressure because we don't have a filter. The filter, wherever it's at, messed up. So we don't have another one. Everywhere's closed. But we did have that filter there. So we just said, heck with it, send it, and we'll see what happens. And I will say, now on this gun running 41 pounds of pressure. On this gun, probably 35, 37. And we sprayed our sealer, and it looks great. I'm super happy with it. Now, our wrinkle, you can still see a little bit of the outline of it, but no more wrinkle there. A little trash buildup there, but all in all, the thing looks killer as far as what it looked like earlier. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go eat. We're gonna let this cure because it's already 7 o'clock. We're gonna let this cure, and we're gonna come back and spray the base coat. So what I'm gonna do on the base is I'm gonna do 2 very light tack coats, and that way hopefully we minimize the wrinkles. So I'll do 1 pretty light tack coat, and then on the second tack coat I'll step it up a bit, and then we will throw a full solid coat. But anyway, we're gonna go eat. Like I said, we're gonna come back, get that base sprayed, and maybe, you know what we get, what time, we'll be able to clear it tonight. Maybe not. It depends on the time. I'm not worried about the time. Depends on the bugs. So the bugs are already coming out pretty bad. So we don't got much time to work with. But anyway, I guess I will catch y'all in a bit, and we'll start laying some more brilliant black pearl on that front bumper. Alright guys, so working on getting the paint all stirred up, and this paint is beautiful. Let me turn on the flash, that way I can get a good picture of it. Alright, so there you can kind of get an idea. This stuff it's pretty wild, I will say. Beautiful color for sure. But I'm gonna get this all stirred up, and we're gonna get it loaded in the gun and start painting our bumper there. Alright guys, so I'm gonna try to keep this quick. Air compressor will probably run in a minute, but we got the bumper sprayed. 2 kind of medium tack coats, and kind of 1.5 like heavy coats, and then a mist coat to make sure all the clear coat. But like I was saying, we did 1 like mist coat just to make sure all the metallics laid out nice. So everything looks really nice, I will say. Our little wrinkle spot here looks nice. You can still see a little bit where the run was, or the sag, but other than that, all the metallic laid out really nice. Even sprayed this edge. There was a little wrinkle from up here. We didn't get sanded out, but that's fine. I just wanted it to match. But everything laid out really nice. Looks good. So we're gonna get everything cleaned up, and we're going to spray clear in the morning. So I guess, like I said, we're gonna get everything cleaned up, and I will catch y'all in the morning. Alright guys, so it is now the next morning. Got out here, we got our clear mixed. It is in the gun. So we're going to tack it, cut the air on, and go ahead and start spraying our clear. So we're going to do one kind of like a mist coat, and then maybe one or two heavier coats. We'll see how it lays down, and if need be, I'll throw an extra coat. That way, if we need to polish anything, we'll have plenty of material to polish. But let's get after it. Alright guys, so it's super cloudy in here. I don't know if y'all can tell, if y'all can see that. But we just did the third coat on the bumper. It looks really good. So we're gonna let it clear out in here, and then I'll go over it and I'll show y'all what it looks like. Alright guys, so I've been looking this thing over. We got one little sag, and I think that was actually from and you can just barely see it, but I think it was from the sealer right there. So not too worried about it. Now we do have some orange peel, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's perfect. There's some trash in it and whatnot, but I am I'm pretty happy with it. So, especially all the issues that we had with this bumper, I would say it looks pretty good. Same thing down here. Nice finish. Got in the fog light holes good. I got these. What I had to do with these, spray them, go to the backside, spray them from behind. But all in all, you can see the finish. I'm pretty happy with it. So again, you can see the metallic. Pretty happy, I will say. Like I said, again, I'm pretty happy with it. Especially for using this paint gun. I don't know how old that paint gun is. I bought that thing from a pawn shop when we painted the Hyundai, because I couldn't afford a new one. And it's just been kind of hanging out ever since. But guys, it's been a long video. I hope it's not too long, but it's been a long couple days for me as well. So I think we're gonna call it here. But y'all let me know what y'all think about the bumper, especially for what we started with in the beginning of this video. I would say it turned out pretty nice and glossy. It's not too much orange peel. There's not a whole lot of trash in it, but the metallic laid out very nicely. So I can't be anything but happy with it. And again, there's that one kind of sag in it, and that's it. I think, like I said, I think we did that with the sealer, and didn't get it sanded out good. But all in all, I would say it turned out pretty good. So again, y'all let me know down in the comments. The car has been sitting out here baking, so here in a few days or so, it should be ready for us to try to polish it. I'm going to try to do that. I've never done that before, but we're going to try it and see what happens. So the car is a little hazy after it dried. And I think what's the deal was the overspray in the shop, like we talked about, but it looks pretty good out in the sun as well. It's dirty from sitting out here, but it looks pretty good. So like I said, we're gonna do some polishing on this, have a few runs here and there we're gonna get taken care of. But guys, I think that is going to be a wrap for today's video. So with that being said, if y'all enjoyed today's video or found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Smash that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope everybody has a great day.